this, Harry. Is there anything else that you want to bring up that we have between, again, the urine therapy, the root brands? Is there anything that we don't know that you've hacked with? Because not that I'm so new. I mean, I've known Clayton now and Dr. Christina around for a while now, and they are very gracious to our show. They contribute a lot on the backside as far as information or redirecting and where to get information to make sure that it's legitimate and it's validated. So again, we're friends and we appreciate them so much. But is there anything that you figured out on your own that you want to talk about?
Sure. Quickly, I want to give my last message is this. I want to give hope to people. Now, listen, I believe that nature is amazing and nature and free therapies can heal you. And I figured out through other people and learning that there's a lot of powerful therapies. Urine therapy is only the surface. We can't make this a 5 hour, maybe we could do another one in the future, but it's not just urine therapy. There's many therapies. What I'm trying to say is that, look, this is not expensive, but it does cost money. So I earned my stripes when I didn't have money on free therapies. So one of them we talked about in depth is urine therapy. There's also others. There's another lie out there quickly called looking at the sun makes you go blind. Actually, that lies there because sungazing, which I wrote books about too, is really powerful. That's another one. You guys should be open-minded to try it and see. And it goes deeper, Scott, quickly, because it's not just the sunrise sunset that some people might have heard of. Also, midday sungazing heals your eyes and just raises your vibration. So what I'm saying is there's grounding that's free. There's sun gazing that's free. There's cloud gazing that's really powerful too when there's no sun. There's fasting. There's intermittent fasting. There's urine therapy that's got really powerful water. There's so many free therapies out there for people that think, oh, but Harry's just talking about this. Scott's just talking about these supplements that cost money and I'm poor. I mean, there's meditation, breath work, yoga, qigong. There's many. But at the same time, I don't want to limit myself here because I've been accused of, because people that have known me on Facebook have said that I would know me as a free guy and now I promote other stuff. There is stuff out there that me and you know about that, like you promote with the Vox. There's so many powerful therapies out there. I don't limit myself to just free stuff. I do everything because that's what I feel like we should all be doing. We're living in such a toxic world that I feel like we need to go hardcore and get on with the most powerful free therapies and also paid therapies on earth. And I realized that I'm not on all the most powerful free and paid therapies on earth, but as a light worker here, I am on some, and I figured out some of the most powerful free and paid therapies on earth. And I think that we need to be doing whatever resonates with us, or some of us doing all of them to figure out for other people. So my last message to people is don't give up hope. Start drinking your urine. Watch that change your life. If you don't want to do urine therapy, then please try out the clean slate. Try out things that are cheap, that work. Do what you can. There's always hope out there. And trust me, when I started out, I wish someone had told me the vibrations you can achieve and energy levels you can achieve from focusing on physical health with all the amazing free and paid stuff on earth. And that's my mission now, to be that guy that gives you the hacks, because I know people don't have the time. People watch this and they're the ones that are going to seek the information out. So what I'm saying is to trust people like me and Scott and to try these out for yourself. Urine therapy, clean slate, and so many others. Psychedelics, sun gazing, grounding, fasting, whatever you want to call it. Try it.
We ground. Michelle and I, we go to the beach, not every morning, but there are a few times a week. For the last couple of weeks we've been going in. I sit in the ocean and just sit in the waves not that that's a therapy, but I guess the saline, the salt and the saline, it's very negatively charged. I mean, you can't get really better than that, I would think.
No. Yep.
I haven't tried sun gazing. I'll give that a whirl. The intermittent fasting, I practice that every day for the most part. There's some days that I skip based on where my weight is. My body responds really well to intermittent fasting. I really try to balance and just notice where my body is. Yeah. And the biggest thing I'm coming up with now, Harry, which I find pretty interesting, is that when I think about something, let's say it's a piece of food or whatever, but if I have a heavy feeling about it, I avoid it. So I'm literally leaning on my emotional system. Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? If it feels light, I go for it. If it feels heavy, I'm out. So because people know, and let me give a quick example. This one's a punch in the face, and I'm sorry, but you'll have to hear it anyways. But when you're full and you're like, oh, what's one more bite or what's one more dessert?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your body knows
It knows.
Your subconscious is telling you, hey, you probably shouldn't do this. You don't need it. Like, you're full.
Hey, and Scott, get this. Have you ever had a situation quickly where you've been eating and you've gone past the point where you're now full, and you eat, and the actual taste of that food doesn't taste the same as it did at the beginning? There's a point. This is how you know when you're overeating, like, because the taste now becomes tasteless. That's how intelligent the body is. It's saying, oh, you just eating too much. We're trying to stop you from eating too much and protect you, because overeating. Oh my God, that's probably
that's really interesting you say that. Sorry, that's really interesting that you say that, because in our recap, Michelle and I recap on episode 79, we talked about Dr. Goldhammer and water fasting, long-term water fasting, and he specifically says that salt, sugars, and oils are the three, or the SOS are the three that knock it down, but specifically salt, because salt just narrows it down and beats down the food, where you believe that you can keep eating because it just desensitizes the taste glands. Yeah. And now that you're saying that, your body's saying, that's interesting. You just said that the body purposely loses or shuts down the taste.
Yep. It becomes bland.
Guess what's still active? The salt and all the different additives or spices that you may add to your food, because that's still a response. If, let's say, for example, you use a sprinkle of capsaicin, which is peppers, jalapenos, your body can't shut that down.
Yeah, that's so true. And the salt tricks your system into. So you're saying the salt tricks your system into thinking that it's tasty. Oh my God, that I never thought that, Scott. We're always learning here. That's so key. And I think the body knows when enough's enough. And just quickly before I leave, I think like the number one for me cause of disease, if I had to nail it, is just overeating. It's just
that's what Riley Cook said,
and it's a frequency. It's not even just amount, because people think it's just a big amount one time. No. It's the frequency and the lack of, because the frequency is so high. The detoxification pathways never get onto full charge. They get onto a very low charge, and if you can't detox out the poisons, you can't heal, and you're going to get problems in the future.
You've done your homework. You've done a lot of reading. You wrote a few books yourself. What are you reading and what are you listening to on podcasts that keep you educated? If you like that clip, be sure to check out our daily videos of Healthcare 360 on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. And while you're at it, don't forget to head on over to scotteburgess.com and sign up for our mailing list, where you will get the latest and greatest in medtech, health tech, healthcare, and your personal well-being. We'll see you there.